Hsinchu Fuyan Buddhist Institute hosts a Dharma conference in memorial of the Venerable Master. Tzu Chings in Hualien Tzu Chi University cultivate kindness and love for cyclone-Idai survivors. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Maggie Tsai. Thank you for joining us. Hsinchu's Fuyan Buddhist Institute commemorated 14th anniversary of the passing of Venerable Dharma Master Yinshun. A special Dharma conference was held to remember his life. Fuyuan Abbot Venerable Chang said to carry out Venerable Dharma Master Yinshun's teaching is the best way to honor their mentor.
怎么缅怀导师呢？好好的这个如理作义，这个闻思经教，那这个是导师从在世的时候就经常提醒我们。
To commemorate the 14th anniversary of Dharma Master Yinshun, 650 Dharma masters and devotees gathered together to chant the Buddhist sutras sincerely.
The most important lesson is follow the teachings and practice according to the teachings of the Buddha. This can cure the body and mind and allow us to be able to follow the correct Dharma.
When incense was presented, there was chanting of the Diamond Sutra and the Sutra on Impermanence, which were sung in unison. Fuyuan Abbot, Dharma Master Chang later led a procession of devotees to honor Dharma Master Yinshun.
Actually, I never saw Venerable Master Yinshun, but I have read his work. I really like his work because it is very clear, and he worked very hard at teaching the Dharma. I really like it here because we can cultivate our wisdom here.
At the Dharma conference, Tzu Chi volunteers played a role behind the scenes, helping distribute sutras, and also cooking lunch. Team members also safeguard the health of all of the participants.
来做这个慈济很好啊，度足多人。
Tzu Chi's Buddhist Abbats are very good in doing Tzu Chi's work. They mobilize a lot of people and the scope of their work is very moving. Many people are touched by what they do and your Buddhist Abbats are very numerous and represent Master Chang to inspire people.
代表上人出去接引众生。
人生太无常了，然后有很多的人。
Life is impermanent. Many people or things cannot wait for us. My father's passing inspired me to become an active participant in Tzu Chi activities and charity events.
Participating in this Dharma conference led many to purify their hearts and remember the teachings of Dharma Master Yinshun, whose life was devoted to promoting the Dharma.
Vesak is an important holiday in Malaysia commemorating the birth, enlightenment, and death of the Buddha. Tzu Chi volunteers in Butterworth and Penang held Buddha Day Ceremonies to observe the holiday and spread the Dharma joy. In addition, volunteers arranged tea ceremonies for children to express their love for their parents. Let's join them.
To celebrate Vesak in Penang, Buddhist organizations and government officials hold ceremonies. They hope more people would learn about Buddhism and practice tolerance and unity. The opening ceremony is hosted by government officials in Penang. There are also other cultural activities.
May we join hands and work together. May blessing and prosperity be abundant. Such is the wisdom of how Buddhism purifies society. It also enhances peace and harmony.
Tzu Chi Butterworth branch held a Buddha Day ceremony in front of the Dialogue Center and Jingsi Books and Cafe.
Some people ask why we are celebrating. This is to remind us to be grateful. Vesak is only a day. What we should do is to harbor gratitude for 365 days a year.
When I clasp my palms to worship the Buddha, I am thinking about Dharma Master Chang. I feel so calm and I'm filled with Dharma joy.
Through tea ceremonies, children also feel closer to their parents.
My mother has passed away. My regret is that I no longer have the chance to serve tea to my mother. Therefore, I do not want my daughter to have regrets.
所以我不要他们有遗憾。就改风采更顺点。
When I was 17, I thought that I should do a better job. Therefore, I want to be filial toward my father and mother.
As people's kindness is inspired, the strength of their love can be gathered.
To enable seniors with mobility issues to pray to the Buddha, Zhonghe Tzu Chi volunteers hosted a small Buddha Day ceremony at the community center. Taipei City Datong District volunteers, on the other hand, went to Yiyuan Nursing Home to fulfill the wishes of seniors who want to cleanse their mind through a simple Buddha Day ceremony. It's the weekly lunchtime with seniors in the community. Tzu Chi volunteers not only brought them to exercise together, but also hosted a Buddha Day ceremony at the community center. The bureau chief's wife supports the event passionately.
我们慈济师姐把我们慈济的佛祖请来伫咱的活动中心，要邀请到咱的所有乡亲，里头邀请到咱所有乡亲来参加义佛。这些老人真的很不方便。
It's convenient for these seniors to go out to join the event. Thanks to Tzu Chi volunteers' compassion for hosting the Buddha Day ceremony here at the community center.
I have trouble walking, so Tzu Chi hosted the ceremony here. We prayed for health and happiness.
Other than fulfilling these seniors' wishes, volunteers also encourage them to care for affected residents in East Africa. Everyone showed their compassion to help those in need. At Yiyuan Nursing Home, the Buddha Day ceremony is simple, but it calms the heart of these seniors.
Some of the elderly came in and they burst into tears when they see volunteers' white and blue uniform. I can feel positive energy of Tzu Chi and I'm deeply touched.
Ms. Xu was injured in a car accident. She seized the chance to show gratitude to her parents.
I'm very touched and I'm crying out of happiness.
I'm very grateful that we are able to have so many volunteers to host the event here today.
The solemn ceremony has inspired goodness in everyone and generated great love to make the world a more beautiful place. In Taiwan, the kindergarten affiliated with Taiping Elementary School in Taipei has held a gratitude event. The graduating kindergarteners seized the occasion to thank their teachers. Meanwhile, kindergarten in Guishan, Taoyuan has also held a gratitude event. The children perform a feet washing ceremony for their mothers, expressing their gratitude and love.
Following city volunteers, the kindergarteners go to their positions holding the snacks. A kindergarten in Taoyuan is holding a mother gratitude event where children can express their love for mothers.
I gave birth to her. Her actions today have deeply touched me. I can only say that my child has grown up. She loves her mother very much, so I will also love her for her entire life.
On this day, parents and children have switched roles. As the parents' feet feel the temperature of their children's hands, they sense the love and warmth.
Usually we take care of the children. This time we seize the opportunity to be cared for by the children. I feel that my child has grown up. When we get old, we need them to take care of us.
Meanwhile, at Taiping Elementary School in Datong, Taipei, the kindergarten affiliated with the school is holding a gratitude event to thank the teachers.
Through today's activities, the children will learn to cherish the love they get from their parents and teachers. They will know to cherish material goods and other people's sacrifices for them. Then their kind thoughts will beget goodness. With the moral character education provided by Tzu Chi volunteers, the children have improved their manner and moral character. The seeds of love have been planted in their young minds.
As the children learn to be grateful through serving tea, the teachers also deliver their best wishes. They hope that as these children enter the next stage of learning, they will continue to harbor gratitude.
Tzu Chings Club of Tzu Chi University in Hualien, Taiwan launched a campaign to cultivate kindness and love for 3 East Africa countries that suffer from cyclone-Idai disaster. Many students and teachers participated. Some Indonesian students also want to return the help they received in the past. Within a month, there are already more than 300 people showing their compassion. Let's go feel their young power. Students from the Tzu Chings Club of Tzu Chi University used their lunch break to set up simple video display equipment to show the current state of East Africa disaster areas. They hope to cultivate kindness from students and teachers to help those in need.
We started simply by approaching people around us, and then many people help us to reach out to teachers and students from the entire school. Even the principal himself is here to show his compassion to East Africa.
It's the first time we witness what the third world is like and understand what a dark continent is and what a miserable life is like.
International student Lilina is reading messages in her cell phone. She's reached out to 33 Indonesian students in her chat group and has received good feedback.
Indonesia had an earthquake before, and we were helped by many. Therefore, it's our turn to launch this campaign to cultivate love for the countries in need.
The bulletin is filled with everyone's love and compassion. These young students took action to send hope to those suffering in faraway lands. In China, in order to help impoverished students coming from difficult family backgrounds, Tzu Chi volunteers frequently undertake home visits to learn about their family conditions before providing financial aid. Recently, Kunshan volunteers made a number of these home visits to scholarship recipients. Take a look.
Chen Jinchou rode on his teacher's scooter to go home and welcome a visit by Tzu Chi volunteers. His father died of cancer last year, as he now lives alone with his mother. He is very filial and often spoils her.
I feed you now. When I was a child, you used to feed me. Come, and I will feed you. You raised me, and I'll accompany you till you're old. No need to thank me.
Kunshan Tzu Chi volunteers came to Siyang to show care about the family situation of scholarship recipients. Zhu Xianlai, with the encouragement of Tzu Chi volunteers, spoke about his future hopes.
Before, I always did something wrong, causing my parents to worry about me and causing me to get angry. Later, I tried hard to get into a good school and reducing the burden on my family.
The children in the countryside are all very shy. A teacher from the Shafei Vocational School visited with volunteers to share this experience.
Poverty is not our fault, but the only thing we can do is quickly take care of ourselves and improve. When you need help and others come to offer assistance, we should remember this and later, to the best of our ability, try to help other people.
Si Yuhang, who is a class leader at school, helps his grandmother do farm work on weekdays. He is praised by his teacher and quietly tells his volunteers about his future desire.
Thanks to Tzu Chi brothers and sisters for helping poor families. We will definitely learn from you and contribute to society.
When we show care for these children, they'll take it to heart and remember it. You can obviously feel that he's feeling this from his heart. In fact, the feeling may even be closer than children in my own family.
Volunteers use their care and compassion to look after these children, regardless if they are optimistic or humble. They all treat each other equally, expecting these young children to open their hearts and let the warm sunshine into their heart.
Also in China, Lin Mingfeng is a Tzu Chi volunteer in Zhangzhou, Fujian province. She used to have a bad temper before coming into contact with Tzu Chi. Her daughter's rebellious personality brought out the worst in her. After meeting Tzu Chi volunteers, she began to do recycling and she learned to let go of her worries. Slowly, she started to change her habits and tension with her daughter has eased as family has found true happiness.
My life was originally just black and white. Now I can appreciate more things. Before, when I didn't do Tzu Chi's work, my family was quite noisy and quarrelsome. My daughter has been rebellious since the 7th grade. She didn't enjoy studying, and this led me to worry as a mother. At that time, I went to the temple to ask what to do.
Before, she and her husband quarreled and even threw chairs at each other. We went to mediate and told her to put the chair down. She said we were unreasonable and bullying her.
In 2011, I went back to Taiwan to accept Dharma Master Yinshun's blessings. I was very touched, and when I came back, I immediately confessed to my mother-in-law. Master Yinshun said that to change others, you must first change yourself. So I slowly changed myself first, and my daughter also changed. The Master said that parents are the model of children, and they have to change to give them a role model about how to act. So I changed, and now my children are well behaved, almost better than me.
My daughter-in-law, when she was young, wasn't mature, but after joining Tzu Chi, she has made a big change. Her temper is much better, and her tone of voice has improved.
Of course, we support her to be in Tzu Chi. I also often say to my son that he should do Tzu Chi with her. It's good to do Tzu Chi and he should join.
I thought to save money for our children, as I don't want to spend it but give it to them. But now I want to cultivate more merits and virtues for them. Although I'm not very wealthy, I feel very rich in my heart.
Many may not know what type of wood or where timber poachers operate in Taiwan. In fact, some people believe the location of precious trees should be kept secret to protect them from poachers. Actually, the Forestry Bureau has challenged this notion by publishing the location of poaching hotspots, alerting the public to be on the lookout for such criminals. Now, even more people are willing to lend a helping hand to protect the forest. Here's our in-depth report. Look at the terrain over here. Both the left and right side are lower than us. Here is flat and north is here. The trees here are quite good. They're not so valuable, so no one will come here and cut down these trees.
These classmates from Tzu Chi University Mountaineering Club, including President Zhang Ruixing and member Wang Yuling, used their holiday to do the Lu Sui hike in Hualien. In addition to their hike, they were also on the lookout for timber poachers, which they would report to the Forestry Bureau as soon as possible.
Because we're the ones who love the mountains and are hikers, it is a very meaningful thing for me to help out this forest. It's also a good thing for our club to help out with.
In order to curb timber poaching, the Forestry Bureau has tried its best to implement policies, which include severe punishments and fines. Also, scientific methods are being used to collect evidence. Even hikers are being recruited to patrol the mountains. This university's mountaineering club members and tribal community are working together to protect the forest.
There are currently 8 groups working with us, many of which are part of the mountaineering community. If we count the tribal village, then there are 29 communities cooperating with us.
The plan of this project is to get team members to go into the mountainous area of Hualien and create a record. We will record our GPS position and take photos. If there is any illegal logging, we will shoot it and make a record.
When the TCU Mountaineering Club became involved in forest conservation was around 2017, when a hike to Shan revealed timber poaching activity. This led students to immediately notify the Forestry Bureau.
This is a result book of our cooperation between Tzu Chi University and the Forestry Bureau. It's a cooperative conservation plan. On the 52nd page, we discuss our trip to Xinganshan, where we found the area had some very serious timber poaching issues, and they have found that there is a lot of Xinganshan over there with many camphor trees being cut.
University mountaineering clubs cannot go into the mountain every day. The other volunteer force being called upon is the residents who neighbor state-owned forests. They're a joint regional defense network, and once a suspicious vehicle is found, authorities will be notified immediately.
去年在台东，他那个资本工作站，他那边有一个巡守队。
Last year in Taitung, there was a patrol by the Zhiben workstation, who was responsible for patrolling the mountain. Once they suspected a timber poacher was in the area cutting trees, we sent people up that day when they were taking wood out of the forest, which we intercepted, and the people were arrested on the spot.
At the beginning of this year, Taiwan's forest conservation community was quite excited as the Taidong Forest Management Office announced the discovery of a forest filled with giant Taiwan cypress trees. After photos were revealed, many worried that poachers would come for this wood, which has always generated a sky-high price. This wood has long been the target of poachers, as publishing this location comes with great risk to the trees.
After the announcement, of course, there will be a lot of people who said that you are doing nothing more than telling poachers where you can cut down this wood. In fact, our well-trained mountain patrol need to travel more than 10 days to get to the spot, which most poachers are ill-prepared to do.
In fact, as early as 2017, the Forest Bureau published a map of Taiwan's poaching hotspots, clearly pointing out the areas where poachers are most common. After some analysis, traffic and access to roads are keys to poachers, with many of these old roads related to Taiwan's early logging history.
The hotspot for timber poaching is generally concentrated in the blocks of Hsinchu, Nantou, and Jiayi. It is actually related to early logging history. The characteristics of these locations are generally placed where convenient transportation is available, or those that have a history of logging. For example, Alishan is a hotspot for poaching, and in Hsinchu, the main location is Jianshi, and in Nantou, it is around Sanling Creek.
身上有东西拿出来，自己有东西拿出来。你两块骨啊，倒出来。啊，老许讲，这根是什么木头？给油啊。给油哦。啊，它为什么会在这边？啊，我出来啊。
有保护的话，当然这些山老鼠也大概就是了解说，哎。
These timber poachers realize the extent of their actions and have a conscience. It is hoped that with more people understanding the value of the forest, there will be less interest in poaching. Canada Richmond Hill City Government launched the Clean Up Week event and invited City North Toronto chapter to join to clean up the park. We'll leave you with these images and thank you for joining us. Goodbye.